All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so happy to be your host today, this afternoon. It's an honor, actually, for the next guest that I'm about to host here in this show. His name is Ivan Reynolds, all the way from South Africa. He's a leader, an entrepreneur, uh, an author, one of the best. And he has a website also, www.ivanreynolds.co. You can go and check. He has 2 books so far, but the books are doing wonderful. They are very wonderful books. So without wasting time, I have my co-host with me. I usually don't host this show without alone. I have my co-host with me, Hype Master Cavalier. Hype Master, welcome on board.
Yes, brother. How are you? Thank you so much, sir. One more time, happy Madaraka Day to you again, sir. And you're looking good on that coat.
Thank you so much. And you're looking good. You're looking flying. I like that. The colors and all that, the setup of the studio, everything is wonderful. And what can we say? We give glory to God. Actually, my brother, whatever it is that we are doing, when we started this Word of Hope thing, I never thought that it will make such a great impact on the life of so many people around. So I thank God that we are getting good feedbacks and all that. So my brother, just introduce people to what it is that we are doing right now, because they are used to us bringing artists and all that. Just introduce them to this new hashtag. I'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name the Hype Master Cavalier. I was with you a few minutes ago. Today, don't forget, it's on a Monday, 1st of June, and in Kenya we're celebrating Madaraka Day, the day that, if you're a patriotic or a Kenyan citizen, you understand what Madaraka Day means, actually. Without wasting time, in the Word of Hope TV, online TV, we've come up with a few segments of shows that caters for everyone according to their careers and profession. Okay, like today is on a Monday, so we came up with an idea of the Business Monday. From today, tomorrow, and maybe Wednesday. These are the days that you'll be, seeing your favorite business people from maybe real estate, maybe from marketing, from entertainment. They are the people also, because if you cannot just have entertainment, just only artists, not knowing that behind them there are the people that there are some people who are pushing them, like they are managers. They have to go to the offices. There are maybe marketing. There's marketing team. There's branding team. These are the people that get into the office. They sit down. They come up with ideas and then get to talk. You see, so you'll be experiencing all that, the business mood, all the entrepreneurship. Everything, during this Business Monday, a small section, or maybe a segment that we've introduced in our Word of Hope online TV. And I'm your host, the Hype Master Cavalier, alongside John Conde. And we love you for coming through. Make sure that you like our pages on on Facebook and Instagram, and also YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, the Word of Hope TV. We love you all.
Thank you so much. That is my co-host, Hype Master Cavalier. He's the guy behind the scenes. He's the guy who helped me to organize and to make sure that this is coming to you loud and clear. And we love you, and that's why we are doing this, just to give you hope, just to give you encouragement, and to tell you that despite all that is going on, life must move on. Your life matters, and your life must move on. That is the most important thing. Keep safe. We are not telling you that you should not wash your hands. Of course, wash your hands. Of course, wear your masks. Of course, if you are being told to quarantine, go to quarantine. But just remember that life must go on, and that's why we are bringing you this word of encouragement, word of hope. And today we have an amazing guest. This guy, I have so much respect for him, and it's a singular honor for me to even host him in this show. And he's more than willing to come and talk to us. Remember, last time we tried, we announced that we are going to have him, but because of some hinges on our systems, we couldn't have him. And today God has given us this chance to have him here. So I would like to also take this opportunity to tell, I can see some of our viewers already here. We are live on Facebook. We were supposed to go live on YouTube, but unfortunately, we cannot go. We are live on Facebook through John Conde page. We are live on Facebook through the Word of Hope. So just go to those two handles. You can get to watch this live, direct and clear. Remember, today we have an amazing guest. He's an author, a leader, a motivational speaker, and he has something that he's a good man. He has love for animals. He has love for cats, and he will be here with us soon. But in the meantime, let me bring again my co-host Hype Master Cavalia for those who are joining us. Hype Master, how are you?
I'm good, brother. It's a happy day. I'm so happy.
Tell them about the link that you have pinned on the comment section also.
Okay, guys, on the comment section, put a link that you can join us live in studio. That maybe you want to interact with our guest, Mr. Ivan. Just click on the link, and then you'll just join us straight to get to ask questions about his author a journey, the writing and stuff. Get to talk about maybe his life. You get to mentor people because he's a motivator. So this is the high time that you need to meet new and different people who will really uplift you, who will make sure that you get encouraged and have hope. These are the people who got a lot of knowledge, and they say knowledge is power. When I was saying today is Business Monday, bringing someone today for business, or maybe for motivation, or maybe an author, or someone maybe who is a leader. This is the day that everyone gets to learn different things in different levels, in different perspectives too. So you have to be ready for every Monday, because we'll be bringing you people who will be encouraging you, on a positive level, giving you energies, always positivities, because at the end of the day, no one really manages him or herself. You have to get people who will give you information, give you knowledge, and they say knowledge is power. You're gonna be there if you have the knowledge. The way you handle things, the way you tackle your life. At the end of the day, you are not your own teacher. You have to learn from different people. And that's what is this purpose for this the live videos that we're always doing. Yes.
Hype Master, I know you have love for environment. I can see that you have put some of the flowers. I know you are as a person. And do you have love for pets as well?
Actually, yeah, I love pets. I love mostly dogs. I love these German breeds. Actually, I have a German Shepherd. Yeah, I love pets, man. I don't know what about you, brother.
Okay, I love pets as well, but our guest who is about to come now on the screens has so much love for pets, and he wrote one book, Kittens. Can I read you the title of the book? Kittens Kitten Under My Kitchen Sink. But he has another book as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to introduce to you Mr. Ivan Reynolds. Nice to see you, sir.
Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon, Hype Master. Good afternoon to all the listeners. This is such a privilege to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation. I am very, very honored with this invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I know you know me. My name is John Conde. Thank you, sir. But this is the guy behind the scene, the guy behind our posters and all stuff, the guy who works hard to make sure that this thing comes live. And sometimes he usually also come and help me in the co-hosting. He goes by the name of Hype Master Cavalia. So, Hype Master, this is Mr. Ivan Reynolds, our guest.
Thank you, Mr.
Sir, how are you? I'll call you sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, please just call me Ivan. Sir is far too formal. I'm not a sir. But thank you very much. And well done to your team on putting this together. An excellent job.
Thank you. So, I'll just have to remove Hype Master for just some few seconds, just for the sake of our viewers. Maybe you'll take this opportunity to introduce yourself. So,
all right. My name is Ivan Reynolds. I'm South African. I've been married to the most wonderful woman, Bev, for 33 years. And I've worked all over the world, in South Africa, in the UAE. As I heard you speaking now about pets, I do have a big love for pets and animals, and I've always have had. I currently have a cat called Wonky because she's got a wonky eye. And as you know, John, from Ruiz days, I've always had a soft spot for all the cats, and I've done all that I could to look after them.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's really an honor to have you here. Welcome to the Word of Hope. Basically, I can see Word of Hope was an idea that was given to me to bring people on board, those who are bold enough to speak to people, to give them hope during this time. Also, to share some of your views on, and to get to know some of the things that you are doing. So. Thank you, sir. So you.
Apologies, I was just switching my phone off. I forgot. My apologies.
It's okay, sir. So I understand you are an author and you have a website also for the same. www.ivanreynolds.co, right?
CO. That is correct.
Yeah, CO.
Yeah.
And when I opened I went through your website. I saw that the headline. It's so amazing. It's a very beautiful website. In the website, it's written that in the face of diversity, tenancy is the means to success. Perhaps for those who are viewing us, I see so many people watching us right now. Tell us more about this headline. In the face of diversity, tenancy is the means to success.
Well, I think that we're all faced with difficulties in our life in varying degrees at various times, and particularly now under the situation with COVID worldwide, you've got people who are having a very, very difficult time. And tenacity is a word that explains strength and the ability to keep on going even when things get tough. So if you are tenacious and you stick to what you're doing with and you stick to things, you will be able to make it and get through the difficult patch. Just a couple on that. Winston Churchill said during the Second World War, when you're going through hell, keep on going. In other words, keep on going until you go out the other side. And that's what is encapsulated with tenacity. Wow. The website that I have, I thank you for that. My daughter made it, and she's very capable and a very special young lady, and she did an excellent job. So thank you to her for that. I have authored 2 books.
Wow.
I have authored 2 books. So, my apologies.
Sorry to cut you short. I just want to let our viewers know that it's a very beautiful website. If you go through it, it will give you that motivation even to dig in more about the things that are inside the website. There are so many things. The logo, it's so beautiful. If your daughter is the one who has done this, congratulations to her.
Thank you very much. I will pass it on. The website also covers other things that I've done. I've been invited over the years when I was in the UAE to do talks at conferences. And my focus in all of those talks has always been to have a look at the human element in relation to technology and innovation and modern concepts coming in, because people forget about the people element, and that has always been important to me. So some of those talks that I did are actually available on the website.
Yes, sir. Perhaps for the sake of our viewers, people are seeing you on the screen, and for me, I know you personally, and we are communicating all the way from, you are in South Africa right now. I understand it's afternoon, and I'm in UAE. In your website, there's a logo, a beautiful logo of an animal. I know your love for animal. I know that. And you explained about the logo. Actually, what is written there is the tough white little warthog is reversed in Africa as a symbol of strength. And you even put the name in the Zulu. This is evident in the Zulu name for its Ndovu Ndwana.
Ndlovu Ndwana, little elephant. Yes,
Yeah.
I love a warthog because they symbolize, to a large extent, family values. You will always see them where they are in a family group, a mother, a father, and the youngsters. And they look after each other, and the parents are very tenacious in defending those youngsters against predators like lions and leopards and so on. And that's why I selected them, because they have character and they have personality, and they also stand for the values which are important in life, to look after your family, because your family is very important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is also it makes sense. And as we are going down also on your website, I can see only 2 books here. One is written, it's given the name Ivan's Rules of Management, which I got a touch of it some few years ago. And there is one that is written, Kitchens Under My Kitchen's Sink. So perhaps, do you have more books or more books to come, or these are the only 2 books that we have written?
At this point in time, they're the only 2 books that I've written. I've revised the Ivan's Rules of Management and included more information in it, and more aspects, including things like leadership and so on. And I'm going to get that published and put out in due course. But the book is basically something to help management and junior managers and supervisors in how to handle day-to-day issues, because everybody starts somewhere and they have to work their way up the ranks, and that is not easy. And it's just an insight into how I've looked at and dealt with issues, and how I've looked at and dealt with people. And it also, the book covers 3 aspects. It covers interaction with the people that you are managing and working with. It covers issues of interaction with other people outside of your business organization, including family and friends and so forth. And the 3rd section is your work ethic. If you have a good work ethic and you put good standards in, and you always do everything to the very best of your ability, then that will come through in everything else that you do. And that's what I try to emphasize in the book. If you're wanting success, then you need to work at your own work ethic and how you do your job. It's always important to do your job well. The other book I wrote, just incidentally, John, Kittens Under My Kitchen Sink, while I was living in Ruwais. We had one of the street cats, a feral cat, a mother who'd been around a number of years, and she came in and had kittens under the kitchen sink. And we just documented the activities of these kittens, because we left them there and we supported them and fed them and watered them and so forth, so that they could grow up safely. And we then put together a children's book, and it's aimed at children of between, babies from about 2 years old to probably about 6 or 7 years old. And it's written with pictures and little graphics on what the pictures say. So that was a very exciting project, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, and I understand your love for cats, and I understand that you even have one cat that you travel you actually travel with back to South Africa from UAE, and you love the cat because you always take pictures of the cat and all that. And perhaps somebody might be, we have viewers. First of all, let me take this opportunity just to thank some of our viewers who are writing on the comment section. Thank you, Juliet Naliaka Odipo. You are saying, well done, John. Thank you so much also for watching. Thank you, Virginia Kiratu, all the way from Kenya, Mombasa, Kenya. She has invited someone, Dorcas Wanjiru, to come and watch this. Thank you. Keep on sharing. Keep on inviting more people. Thank you. Also, I can see you have invited Jonathan Musioka. Thank you. I can see you have invited Eve. I want to just to let you know, our viewers, that there's a link that we have pinned on the comment section. And in case you are joining us now, We are live with Mr. Ivan Reynolds, a leader, an author, and also a business entrepreneur, all the way from South Africa. So, sir, suppose someone is asking himself, why cats? Why not any other animal?
Well, all animals. I give all animals equal treatment and love. I've always had dogs. I had a dog which eventually died after 19 years of age in Ruwais. So I've always had animals. So cats they're wonderful creatures with a huge vocabulary, and they speak to you and they speak to each other. And but also, as I said, I've always had dogs, and I've always tried to look after animals and feed the birds and so on. So I think it's my African nature. We grow up in Africa, surrounded by animals, and being an African, it is something that I automatically do. You just can't help falling in love with all the wonderful things that God provides on the earth in terms of animals and birds and insects and lizards and everything else. It's just really wonderful.
Okay, I can see another comment here. Sorry to remove you from the screen. I was I switched the wrong button. I can see another comment. Very inspirational talk and source of inspiration. Cats too. That is Alan Backhouse. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan, for joining us. Keep on watching. Keep on writing to us. There's a link also that we have pinned on the comment section. You can use that link. Remember, we are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook in John Conde's Facebook account, and we are live on Word of Hope. So, my co-host Hype Master, do you have any question or anything that you'd like to know from Ivan before I could proceed with him as well?
I'll just say remarks to Mr. Ivan, because I'm also an animal lover. I keep dogs. I also keep goats. Goats mostly for milk and flesh, mostly because when we have celebrations down here, we always like slaughter goats and stuff. So I keep that. It's for the love of them, but mostly we also do business with them. At some point, because some point I had a lot of dogs that German shepherds, and then it came a point my friends wanted to buy, so I had to sell them, at least so that income that I made from there, that the other ones would be catered for, in terms of food, their treatment to the veterinary, and a lot, because I know dogs really provide security to us, mostly because back here in Africa we have a lot of issues. I know, because in South Africa you always like get to see the security issues, theft, people coming into your houses, maybe you're not around, but when you have the dogs, they keep security and stuff. So I'm just really congratulating you, on choosing on the cats. But you earlier on you said you also love all the animals, only that maybe your love is too into cats, but big up on that. I'm just commenting on that, sir.
Thank you, Hype Master. Also, just an interesting story. As I said, we've always had dogs, and we used to have a golden Labrador, and she gave birth to 13 puppies on Friday the 13th on our double bed, and it was the day before I got married to my wife. So wow. we had a real circus. We came back from the church into a house full of puppies and mess that you had to clean up and everything, but it was absolutely a wonderful experience. So yes, dogs and cats will give you an absolute go. I used to farm ducks at one point in time, which was interesting, and then it became too much because ducks also have a lovely personality, and having to slaughter them, they are the most beautiful blue eyes, and eventually I said to my wife, I can't do this anymore. So we just kept them, and then we donated them to an animal farm, a children's animal farm, when we left South Africa and moved overseas. But speaking about goats, very versatile creature, great personalities, very intelligent, and very popular here in South Africa as well.
That's wonderful. You have I understand you have 2 books as per your website, for what I've checked. So yes. Do you plan to release another book? Maybe you are going to, are there any in future? Maybe should you expect some books as well?
Yes, I'm currently writing a book on motivation. Wow. And it's on it'll cover aspects on how to motivate people that you work with. So that'll be the fundamentals of the book. But it's also how to motivate family, how to motivate friends, and people who are in difficult situations in life. Everybody has an issue, and it's important that you try and keep everybody up. You know, there's an expression that says being optimistic is a magnet to people, because when you are optimistic and positive, then that translates and transfers to people, and you make them optimistic and you make them positive. So it's always important to try and utilize that to help uplift people, particularly when they're going through a difficult situation, when they've lost work, when they've lost a loved one, if someone is very ill, and in any situation like that, you try and be optimistic and bring some cheer and hope and positiveness into their life. So that's what I wanted to look at in terms of this book, is what I'm putting forward is motivation and how to motivate people.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And also how to motivate yourself. You know, sometimes you're down. We all have days when we're feeling off and the world is coming down and nothing goes right, and you think, you know, gee, this is the worst thing that can happen. But you have to motivate yourself first, and sometimes it's not easy to keep yourself motivated. So it's important to first motivate yourself so you can transfer that motivation to others.
Yeah. Before I let my co-host ask another question, there's another caption. There's a caption that you love so much. Look into the future. Look into the future. Tell us more about that caption.
Indeed, you know, you live in the now, but you're going into the future. So you can't just live in the now. You have to live now and plan for the future and look at what's going to go. You also, life is like a road. And if you're walking down the road, or if you're driving down the road, you have to look ahead of you to see what is coming up, to see the good things that you can see, and to see any possible obstacles that might be coming up. And that's what the future is. You've got to have a look at what the future holds and plot your course into the future. So it's important that you don't lose sight of the fact that where you are sitting now is not the end of the world. The future is still going to be there, and you are still alive, and you must still work towards that future. So, you know, if things get tough, don't give up. Look to the future, because the future is where you are going to. There was a famous Viking called Ragnar Lothbrok, and he said, don't look back, because you're not going in that direction. And I think that's a brilliant quote.
Yes, of course. That is a very powerful caption, by the way, and it's the way you have explained it. I understand that. I know that many people have taken it with positivity, and they know that it will work to them, because at this particular moment, we are in trying moments, and you know, people might think about other negativity and will look at disappointments and all that stuff. But with that kind of caption, with that kind of explanation, at least it makes a lot of sense. So, Hype Master.
Yeah, sure. I want to congratulate you for that. Looking in the future. That's very good. You know, it's encouraging actually. So, getting you back to the author thing, the way just the writing of books and stuff. Apart from passion, what can you share with other people who really want to be authors? What is really needed, for one to be an established one, or someone who is very creative, to write books and get to motivate other people? What do you think it really takes for someone to be that?
I suppose it's love for other people and love for passion. I always want to see other people do well. That's why it's always been my mission to try and help individuals in companies or people outside of companies in any way that you can, through advice or through direction and so forth. And that's what it's all about. Well, that for me is what it's all about, is helping people achieve what they sometimes didn't think that they could achieve. And it's important that you allow people to understand that they are worth something. There's an expression, I just need to read it off here. There's an expression that says, your worth does not decrease based on someone's inability to see the worth in you. And you must believe in yourself. And some people don't know how to believe in themselves. So it's a matter of assisting people on how to believe in themselves and how to develop themselves. I had a youngster who worked for me many years ago in one of the companies in South Africa. He was a forklift driver and a very bright boy. And I used to speak to him, and I used to say to him, you're very clever. You're wasting your life sitting here on the forklift. You must study something to advance yourself. And then I lost track with him for about 10 or 15 years. And I then saw that he had achieved an executive position in a big petrochemicals company in South Africa. And he sent me a message on LinkedIn to thank me for the support I'd given him at that stage. Now, I think that it was his own effort that got him there, but I was able to help him see his self-worth, that he was able to then take himself and achieve what he did achieve. So, it's wonderful when you have feedback like that from people.
Thank you, that shows not everyone can be an author. Not everyone.
Sorry to cut you short, Cavalia. There is one comment that has just came in, and it's a very big comment, and I think it's a feedback also. Since we are in that mood of feedback, as he has spoken, let's bring it on the screen so that you can read it. We can read it. All the viewers can read it as well. Saying this is Zen Barrow is saying that having read Ivan's book, Rules of Management, I can strongly recommend it. I've included these rules in my management process and have grown tremendously in my own career. Thank you for sharing your experience and wisdom, Ivan. Take care. Zen, you know him, right?
Yes, I know. Zanay is a friend of mine. My daughter-in-law, she's a wonderful person, extremely hardworking person, and she runs a warehousing operation in the UK, which frightens the heck out of me. I went in there and helped her a little bit in terms of the thing. It's very complex and very fast moving, and it's amazing what she does there. So I think it's incredible that she has given me credit. I think the credit remains with her for her efforts. She's very sharp, very bright, very efficient.
Thank you so much, Zen, for joining our show. So, Cavalia, you can proceed with your next question. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I was just reckoning the part of. I was just like trying to ask Ivan that not everyone can be an author, right? Like, with me, I'm in the music industry. Let me take you back. When I was young in school, I used to be very good in writing compositions while I was in school. I always topped the class all the time. Out of 40 marks, I could scoop around 35. I could 36 out of 40. I was the best English student in school all those times, including also mathematics and stuff. And then I remember one day when we were having a mathematics class. All the times when the teacher used to ask questions, maybe there's some sum that someone has to solve it on the wall or on the blackboard. I was the first person to raise up my hand, to go and do the calculations there and answer it correctly. But that day, the teacher didn't give me that opportunity to answer that. Someone else did it, and then after the person was wrong, he couldn't meet the correct answer. And then I was told to go and solve it. So when I went to the blackboard, I really did it well, following all the rules of mathematics, the formulas and everything. And then after I was right, and then the teacher asked me to sit down. And then he asked me this question, like, where do you always get it right? When I ask you this, you always get it right. I don't know, I was childish. I don't know. The answer that I gave it to him was like, every time you ask me questions, I always see answers just coming into my face, like, bop, and they're here. That's how I really answered that. But what he told me, according to his personal level and in reality, he told me that you have a gift. And that gift was you know how to tackle issues, you know how to you are talented. A gift is you being talented. So from there now, I took that with me. I never knew if I had a gift, because we get to grow when you meet parents, when you meet friends, when you meet teachers, because that's where now people get to grow up and get to know who you are. So in
Yeah.
school, then I started writing up lyrics. I was into drama festivals all the time, science congress, into mathematics contests too. So that one led me straight now into choosing doing commerce and finance while in later in campus, which my passion now wasn't there anymore. That's why I was asking you. Apart from passion, what else can an author have? And you already answered that. Now, I came to drop out of that the finance thing and the marketing and the commerce, and then tried now to do music. I got into my interest all was into media and journalism, but still I could compose good lyrics because I go to studio, I record music. The name you can see, hype master, means a hype man, someone who gives hype for events, more energetic MC, the master of ceremony for events. That's what I always do all the time. But I can sit down and write well and maybe give out information to people, positive ones, motivating other people. And that's why we also have this talk show, get to interact with different people from different areas. Do you think I can, I can also be part of the creative authors, according to just the small story that I gave you about my background from school until now? Do you think anyone just can be an author, really?
Yeah, I think so. Firstly, congratulations on your achievements, because as a hype master, you excel, you do a very good job. As a person who writes lyrics, I really admire you, because I'm really useless at writing lyrics and poetry.
Nice.
So my skill is more in the terms of a composition and writing. But if you take one of my favorite musicians in the world is a guy by the name of Bob Dylan, and he's a poet, but he puts his poetry to music. So from that point of view, I think anybody can do it. All you got to do is sit down and start writing and work at it. A lot of people think I can't write because they haven't tried, and they sit down, and it's not easy. It's difficult to get your mind into place and get to a stage where you are starting to write something and it's starting to make sense. But you have to put down, and you must write from your heart. I think that's the important thing. You must write from the heart, and you must write what you know. If you start trying to write something that you don't know about, then you're going to find yourself running into roadblocks. You mentioned about mathematics there. I admire you. I'm really rubbish at mathematics. I'm dyslexic, so I could never work with figures, and so I gave up mathematics at school because I was too useless at it. I did have to do a lot of financial management, accounting, and corporate finance when I wrote my MBA, and I did well because I could put the mathematics into context, and that's where it makes sense. If I'm come out of a warehousing and logistics and distribution operation, and in any management, everything is related to mathematics. Everything has a cost to it. Everything has a requirement in terms of achievement to it. So you have to be able to embrace and know maths. But it goes back to anything. If you can put it into context, then you can make it work for you. And it's a case of never giving up. You must always try and maintain the effort so that you can achieve what you're working for.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Ivan, they say that you don't have to let someone die first for you to praise him. I mean, at the point of mentorship and helping people as a leader. Personally, you have helped me so much. I must admit, in front of the camera here, you have helped me to shape up to be the person I am today. Apart from my family, I mean, you have been like a father to me. There are so many things that I've learned from you, and one of them is you have so much respect for people. regardless of their position, regardless of their background, regardless of their status. You are not one of the person who you are not looking for a status quo. You respect each and everyone. Is this something that you learned from someone else, or what made you to be just such an humble person who respects everyone?
I think it's my background, which I grew up in. I grew up in apartheid South Africa. As a youngster, I was oblivious to the impact of apartheid and how that affected people's lives. However, when I got older, you started to learn things and you started to look at people. And I've always, as a child, been compassionate when I've seen people walking on the road and I drive past in a car. I've always been concerned when I've seen on television when winter hits and there's little children in a hut somewhere in a high place. And for me, it's important that everybody has an opportunity. Everybody has the right to have an opportunity. And so I like to try and see how I can help people to achieve the opportunities that they will create for themselves. In terms of where you are and the achievement that you've had and where you are going to, you know, I always have this expression, which you also know: you can take a camel to the water, but you can't make it drink. So yes, all I can do is provide for someone all the information and support that I can, but it is for them to take it up and to take it further and to make use of that and to build on it. So I think you have to have compassion for people. You must feel people's discomfort and you must feel their pain and you must understand the difficulties that they are having. And when you have that, then you can see that people sometimes need assistance. You know, the point is, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, what nationality you are, it doesn't matter what religion you are. When you start cutting the skin, the same color blood comes out and the same pain is felt by everybody. And yes, when you have a kind and a good word for a person and the smile that they give you is the same smile, it's universal, and it crosses all boundaries. And they say, there's an expression that says, smile at people because it brings very many happy returns. And indeed it does. If you smile at people, they smile back, they feel better, and that's important.
Like I'm doing right now.
Indeed. You've always had a big smile, John, a big bright smile.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we have some viewers who are joining us. For the sake of those viewers who are joining us, we are having a discussion with one of the best authors in South Africa, from South Africa. Straight, he's in South Africa right now, and I'm in UAE. My co-host is in Kenya, Mombasa, and we have pinned a link on the comment section. You can use that link to come in the studio to interact with us. Also, you can write to us on the comment section. We are live on Facebook, John Conde. We are live on Facebook, Word of Hope TV, and we are going to upload this video in YouTube later on. We couldn't go live on YouTube for some few various reasons, but we'll put the video later on. So, sir, suppose someone is asking himself, I love the books, I love the titles, but where can I get the books? I would like to get the books, I would like to get the copy. Do you have a distribution, or how to can they buy them online or something like that? Any platform?
At the moment, the books are available on Amazon. I don't have them out in stores yet at this point in time. That will come in due course, but at the moment they're available on Amazon. You can go onto my website and click on the link, which will take you through to Amazon, and you can order the book from there and it'll be delivered to you.
Okay. Guys, if you're joining now, the website is www.ivanreynolds.co.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah.
That's correct.
So Hype Master, you have anything to say before as we are winding up?
I would like also Mr. Ivan to talk about the leadership skills. Maybe you've been a leader for what exactly? Like we get clear the air.
I don't know. I just see myself as a guy, and I help people. But I've been in leadership positions my whole career, probably since about 1985. So there's a big issue with leadership and management, and you often see on various forums where they say, "What's the difference between a leader and a manager?" And
yes,
there's no difference. A leader cannot be a leader if he is not a good manager. A manager is a person who does his work well, who manages his job well, he manages his people well, and he motivates his team, he looks after everything. A leader has to have all of those attributes in order to become a leader. A manager works at ground level, at the rock face with people. A leader works at a high level where he is looking at strategic issues and so forth. So in order to be strategic in what you do, you need to have good management skills. Having said that, if you're a good manager, you also have to be strategic in how you manage situations, how you manage people, how you manage budgets. And so as a consequence, a good manager automatically has leadership qualities. A leadership isn't some guy walking in front on water. A leader is the guy on the ground with everybody around him, and they listen to him because he makes sense. He doesn't speak above their heads. He doesn't try and command and control, because that's not a leader, that's a dictator. Is a person who people can relate to. One of the big issues with being a leader and indeed being a manager is if you are working with people, you have to know where the boundary fits between being a person in authority or leadership and being a person who is friendly and a friend. You need to be a friend with everybody that you work with, because that's where you build the trust. But if you don't build that trust, then you cannot get the people's trust. And trust is an interesting thing. You cannot demand trust and you cannot demand respect. You have to earn it. So you can only earn it by first putting out trust and first putting out respect. So in terms of dealing with people, you put out that trust, you put out that respect, and as a consequence, when you say to people, "Hey pal, how's it going? This is great," he accepts it as a friendly issue. If you call him in and you speak to him and say, "Listen, I'm not happy with this. This is not acceptable. You've got to sort it out, and you must sort it out by that time," he'll accept it as well. That's the line that you need to develop and draw as a leader, where you take a person and you manage him in both contexts of being someone who works with you or for you, and someone who you associate with and you can socialize with as well. It's important to be able to socialize with people. I've always liked in my life, particularly here in South Africa and also in the UAE, I'm a rugby fan. That's the sport I grew up with. But soccer is the international game. And if you can attribute things down to a soccer level, then you can get through to anybody. So I always ask people, who's the most important person on the soccer team? And you'll get answers: the striker, the goalie, the defender. Some will come up with the coach, the manager. And I sit and think, well, have you thought about the bus driver? If the bus driver wasn't there, you can't get to your game. Everybody on that team is a contributing member of that team.
Yes.
If the goalie lets in a goal, the whole team fails. If the striker scores a goal, the whole team wins. And that's what it's all about. It's making sure that people understand the teamwork and the importance of working together as a team. And that's where your leadership skills comes in putting together, so that people understand that being a leader is also being a team player and supporting everybody else.
Yes.
Wow.
That's so huge. Thank you. Point taken.
So, sir, I believe we could go on and on and on and on. I believe we have a lot to talk about there, but I believe that you have a work to attend to. You are also a busy person. You have some of your stuff to do. Sorry for keeping you for that long, but
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Because it's so interesting talking to you. We are getting to learn, and I can see people reacting. People are so happy on the comment section. I can see likes. I can see viewers. Guys, keep on sharing. Keep on inviting more people to watch. This is you don't get it. You will not get it. Probably not get another chance as this one. So, sir, we are in trying moments at the moment, and some of our colleagues, some of our friends, some of our families are back at home. Some of them maybe are wondering what they will do next. Some of them are on hospital beds. What will you tell people right now for this kind of situation of COVID-19?
It's a very difficult thing to face. And when you're not in somebody's shoes, it's hard to feel what they're feeling. My approach to people in this situation is when you feel that the world is against you, that all is lost, when you are feeling lonely and defeated, you must turn to the God within you. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Everybody needs someone or something or some being or some entity to believe in. Focus on them because they are the light at the end of the tunnel. They help you to get through difficult situations. The other aspect of it is, again, tenacity. Never give up. There's always a way. There's always a way to get out of any situation you're in, and sometimes it's very difficult, but you can do it. There's an expression that comes out of the Bible that faith can move mountains. But what a lot of people don't understand is with that faith comes a spade in your hand. You've got to move that mountain, you've got to dig that mountain away. But it can be done. Yeah. So when you are faced with a difficult situation like illness, like loss of work, like loss of family members, you have to focus on the future because the world doesn't end today and it's not going to end tomorrow. So even in these tough times, you need to try and look at the future and get a goal and work towards that goal. I realize it's very difficult to tell someone, get a goal and look to the future when they are hungry today and when they are sick today. But there's certain circumstances that you can help, and there's certain circumstances which only the individual themselves can work their way through. So my message to people under these circumstances and these difficult times is never lose faith and never lose hope in the future, and always find something positive to drive you forward, because in every bad situation there is something good and there's something good coming out. And I also have an expression and a belief which I like to say to people. Good things come to good people, and you are a good person, so good things will come to you.
Thank you so much. At this moment, I think nobody is here in the studio to interact with us. No new comments. Thank you, our viewers, those who have written to us. But I will bring Hype Master Cavale once more time to say maybe a word of goodbye or anything else before we can wind up. Hype Master, are you ready? Come on the screen again. Sorry, I cut you off.
It's okay. I think I have a lot to talk to, Mr. Ivan. I can listen to you the whole day because I think in some point you are I can say you open up, the way you talk, you really motivate and you make someone think deeper. I have like a lot of things to ask you right now. There's a lot we can discuss, but I think we have no time. What I'm trying to say is I've always been getting people asking me questions, because you being a motivator or a motivational speaker, you're also maybe an advisor. There's a way that you talk to people and advise them. Sometimes I get calls from friends and people, maybe also being inboxed via social networks. people are asking, how do you think, how can you know who you are in terms of your career and profession? You know, because you find someone, when you talk to someone, they say, I'm a hustler. You know, asking that person, what do you mean by being a hustler? You know, I'm hustling. Someone will say, I do marketing, I do graphics, I do this, this, and this. You know, this is only one person doing almost like 10 professions, you know, and he or she is doing that, all those jobs very perfectly, you know. What do you think would be a good advice for someone to choose what is the best for them to focus or to work on in future? Because the way you say look in the future, you know, we get to we need to know what is the best for us, or the person that who is doing a lot of things at the same time. They don't know what to focus on, you know, but if it comes this side, they do it. If they do this one, they do it. So what do you think you can advise them?
My advice to people is follow your heart and follow your passion. Too many people follow the money, and money is important, but money is not the end of the world, and it's not always the most important thing. I'll give you a brief example. My desire all my life was to be a game arranger. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't have maths at school, so I couldn't study game arranging. So I found the highest paying job in the newspapers, and I took that job, which was shift work, which I did for 9 years, a very tough job. And that led me down a career in logistics. I've thoroughly enjoyed and loved every minute of it, but it's still not game arranging. So I then do what I can for animals where I can. So my advice to people is, if you're not happy with where you are, evaluate what your heart says you want to do, and then work towards that. A lot of people will find that they've studied the wrong thing and they've gone in the wrong direction. There's nothing wrong with that, because that knowledge is never, ever lost. Anything you study is never bad and it's never lost. Just use that to build and change careers and change direction if you can. It's not easy, but
Thank you.
You know, everybody, if they follow their heart, will get to a point where they are happy.
Thank you so much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank those who have written to us. I can see John Palana is saying, hello, Sir Ivan.
Hi, John. John, how are you?
And I can see Pastor Cabello all the way from South Africa. He was our guest last week. Pastor Cabello, God bless you. Saying so powerful, whatever it is that you have said. Thank you so much, Pastor Cabello.
Thank you, Pastor. Appreciate it.
So thank you, sir. I think from my side, it was a wonderful discussion, a wonderful chat we had with you, and we are looking forward to host you some other days. So I don't know if Hype Master, you have anything to add, or I will give this opportunity to Mr. Ivan to give his close remarks before we can end this. Sure.
I'd just like to thank you, John, personally. You've always been a real special person to me. Being the only other African in RDC and Ruwais, I always felt like you're a brother. I always like to associate with the Africans when I'm out of the country, because we are all from the same soil. Well done on this. I would like to thank Word of Hope for this excellent initiative. And I'd like to say to Hype Master Cavalier, well done, great job. And thank you guys very much. It's been an absolute blast. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope there are somebody who could take something good out of this.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor hosting you. We are not taking it for granted. And at least now I have something that I can get back and watch on YouTube and on Facebook to see that I was with you on one video.
That'll be fantastic. When it's on YouTube, let me know so that I can make it available to friends and family who have missed it.
Okay. Me, I'm going to check on your website and get all the books, and also try to help other people get to know their careers and they do it right. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Champion. I've got a email address on my website that anybody can use if they wish to communicate with me at any point in time, and I'll try and answer any questions that I am available to answer.
We can put it on the screen.
Yes. Let me just get the correct. I've got 2 email addresses, so this is the one that I would like to use. It is Ivan@ivanreynolds.co. Ivan@ivanreynolds.co. You can communicate with me on that one, and I'll be happy to speak with anybody. So you've had quite a career there.
I just want to put it on the screen, and you can say if it's correct.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. So guys, that is the
among
email.
the people. Oh, thank you.
That is the email address if you want to get through to Mr. Ivan. That is the email. Everybody, anyone, feel free, write to him. He will respond. He's such a wonderful person.
I'm also available on LinkedIn if anybody wants to speak to me via LinkedIn.
Okay. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is Ivan Reynolds, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate.
Thank you so much, sir. It was an honor to have you. We are really blessed, and we will catch up. Champion, like you usually say.
Thank you both. It's been fabulous.
Look to the future.
Look to the future and have a wonderful day.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
And
that was my guest. That was our guest for tonight, Mr. Ivan. What a wonderful person he is. What a show. What a talk. So many people are so happy. It's good to see that people are happy. People at least are motivated during these hard times. Thank you so much, my co-host Hype Master Cavalia, for helping me hosting this show. I'm not taking it for granted. We couldn't be where we are today if it was not for our partnership, our dedication, and our hard work. So I really thank you. And without you, our viewers, those who are watching, those who are writing to us on the comment section, and even those who are sharing our videos, we want to thank you. Even those who are praying for us, Pastor Cabello and the co, thank you so much. But you can also help us to support this initiative, to support this show running. There's a number that we came in. Hype Master, maybe perhaps you could tell them about the numbers that are running at the bottom of the screen right now.
All right, sure. As we always keep on telling people that we need support and stuff, because running this thing, we need resources. To make sure that everything is aired to you straight, in perfect time and all the time. Staying not with some shaky internet and stuff. So as you can see, we have M-Pesa line that anyone can show support through. You can just send your contribution if you are out of maybe the country. This is how maybe you read it, because you have to put on some Kenyan code. It is 2 +254 and then 74340 4164. Or the people who are also in diaspora and you're using maybe PayPal or PayPal account, you can just as well put the email address mike_889@yahoo.com. Yes, to support us, and we will really appreciate so much, because at the end of the day, as long as guys are getting all the out of hope and motivations and encouragements, we're still also learning too, and we have to keep this thing going. And you only got us, you got our backs. So the moment you support us, and we're going to be there. Also, don't forget, we have the orphanage that we also are supporting. It's called Tumaini Children's Home. Yeah, it's in Bamburi. They have pay bill number under this number 982800, and then the account is 2000299509. And then they have also M-Pesa on the Kenyan level, and also they have World Remit using +254 725532529. Guys, keep supporting the kids. Also keep supporting us too. We love you all. Anything really, really, really will help, and we love you all. God bless you all the time.
Thank you so much. God bless you for taking your time to watch this. Thank you for those who are sharing. Thank you for those who are supporting this initiative. We love you so much for your feedbacks and your prayers and your support. We love you so much from my end and on behalf of the team that are working behind the scenes. God bless you so much. Goodbye.